A great way to set a calm and relaxing mood is with a lamp. It provides just enough light for you to see and also wind down. And what better way to set a relaxing mood than with your very own Molten Giant from World of Warcraft. Lamp is a device that emits light, and Molten Giants, among other things, also emit light through the cracks and fissures on their body, which will make for an awesome looking wall piece. And this one will be made from ash wood. A big chunk of the work is made with a CNC machine that carves out the main shape based on my 3D model. But this process will also feature multiple methods to turn this in-game creature into reality. So what or who exactly are Molten Giants? They are massive elementals, their elemental soul contained in a body made of stone and flame. To put them into perspective, an average Molten Giant would stand around 6 to 10 meters tall, which is about 3 to 5 times taller than average human height. Other stronger variants, such as Molten Destroyers or certain bosses, can be even larger. These giants are scattered across different parts of Azeroth, but one place has more than enough of them. The Molten Core lies deep within the Blackrock Mountain, and it is where we find Ragnaros the Fire Lord, leader of this fiery domain and all fire elementals. He was summoned in desperation by the Dark Iron Dwarves to turn the tide of battle between dwarven clans, but it ended only in the complete destruction of the land and enslavement of the Dark Iron Dwarves. Venturing into Molten Core would almost certainly be a one-way mission. The ground is broken by rivers of lava and fumaroles spewing out toxic fumes. The air alone would feel like standing inside an oven cranked to its limit. Paper ignites at over 200 degrees Celsius, so those protective scrolls wouldn't last long in your bag. And as for human skin, it would start dying within seconds. There is basically no ventilation down there, so all those toxic fumes just hang in the air. And which fumes? Sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide and hydrogen fluoride. Each one would absolutely destroy lungs with just one breath. Then there is also hydrogen sulfide, which would knock out your sense of smell and then your nervous system. And carbon monoxide would make you unconscious. In short, one breath would burn, poison and absolutely destroy a human body. And visibility? You would be lucky to see a few meters ahead. It would also be extremely loud due to the constant lava eruptions. Some of them would be so intense they would turn the sound vibrations into shockwaves. So you would want some serious ear protection. Let's talk about how your armor would actually handle this place. Plate armor would basically be a furnace, since metal conducts heat extremely well, meaning the brave heroes would cook in their armor. Mail armor would be a similar story, but because it has gaps in it, it would let blistering air scorch your skin, so the wearer would last a few minutes at best. Leather and cloth armor would straight up just burn off the wearer in a few moments. So that's why fire resist gear exists. Fire resistance or enchants would give you magical or heat barrier to create a perfect thermal insulator and dissipate heat so that the wearer would not feel the heat, even near lava. Good thing there are magical items, runes, spells and enchants. But if you were to venture inside Molten Core, your ideal armor might look like this. Let's get back to the Molten Giants. Their skin is basically a shell of lava rock, glowing at roughly 4 to 600 degrees Celsius, which would be extremely uncomfortable and would burn skin in seconds. But the real danger comes from the cracks on their body. Those channels of exposed magma can reach around 1000 degrees Celsius, causing instant third degree burns. For context, copper melts at about that temperature. And of course, it all depends on how close you are to them, but it is safe to say that melee DPS, standing approximately 1 to 2 meters away, would be dealing with unbearable heat and immediate burns, let alone have time to deal damage. So in this fight, casters and healers would have a better time. But still, you are in Molten Core, so nobody has a good time in this deadly cave. Molten Giants are incredibly massive beings, likely weighing anywhere from 8 to 60 tons, comparable to a large whale. With that kind of mass, their footsteps would shake the earth around them, just like they do in-game, and that's for a regular Molten Giants. Their strength would be at least 10 times that of a human, and their grip easily capable of crushing bone into powder. A direct hit from one of these giants would be a physical equivalent of a serious car crash, meaning instantly fatal for any unarmored or lightly armored adventurer. Their bodies are so resilient that it would realistically take something on the level of a high explosive anti-tank round, which might take them down. But in WoW we have swords, arrows and magic, so bringing these giants down will take a few more hits. All these scientific explanations are fun and all, but realism isn't always what makes a game enjoyable. It's good to be able to jump into a game where you fight impossible monsters, to have fun and not worry about micromanaging every little detail, just to stay alive. That's what's great about WoW, and also this world of Warcraft is a great source of inspiration for many different projects such as this one, and personally I am extremely satisfied with the finished result. So now let's take a look at this finished Molten Giant lamp.